What's up, YouTube? Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to build a gang sheet. Let's kick it. All right, guys, moment of truth. What program do we use to create our gang sheet? Well, I use Canva. The reason I use Canva is when I tried to build a gang sheet on Kittle, which is the program I use for my apparel, it didn't allow me to export that artboard to the size of the gang sheet that I needed. I also do large format banners, like custom banners. So when I'm building a banner for a customer and it's 32 by 80 and Kittle was only allowing me to export, X by this, like it's just not working for me. So if you need to export an image that you create a design and it is larger than what Kittle allows, you're going to have to go to Canva. So in today's video, we are going to build out that gang sheet in Canva. Guys, make sure to like and subscribe for more DTF content. We're doing it, man. A week ago, we were at 56. Now I have, check this out, guess what? That's right, 78 followers. I'm so stoked. Guys, keep them coming. Like, follow, and subscribe. If you guys keep following, I'll make more content. All right, let's get into the video. We are going to build out the gang sheet in the program Canva. You can find it on Google. It is a free tool to an extent. You can have access to better features, but you will have to pay for it. So, but we are operating in free mode right now. So if you're in Canva, right here on the top left, there's a button that says Create. We want to click on that. And then all the way down on the left-hand side, you're going to find the option that says Custom Size. Next thing we want to do is make sure that the units are in inches. And the size gang sheet that I'm currently building out is 22 inches by 72 inches. Super simple. Hit Create New Design. The purpose of the gang sheet is so that you can utilize as much space as possible when you are printing your transfers, right? Transfer film costs money, ink costs money, right? So utilize as much space as you possibly can, right? For this gang sheet. So we are going to load all 3 images. When you start building out your gang sheet and you load your images into Canva, you want to make sure that they're the actual size that you designed them in. So I designed this in 11.5 by 11.5, and it'll tell you. So if you just drag it out down there, you see the bottom right, it goes showing you how big the design is. And in the same token, if you wanted to make this design bigger versus what you originally designed, you can also do that. However, I want this to be 11.5 by 11.5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bunch of my designs here. And as you can see here, I don't have enough space, right, for another design. So here, for example, in my instance, I can start to put maybe longwise, right, my designs for my hoodies, right? So some of my hoodies have words, typography going across the chest. Well, if I was to lay that vertically, it would fit. So some of the things you can put here are front designs for hoodies, your neck tags. I mean, anything that would fit in this area. Here's what you don't want. You don't want to submit a gang sheet to get printed and you have 5 or 6 designs on it. At the end of the day, you're going to pay one flat fee. So let's pack that gang sheet. All right. So let's copy this. Let's paste it. And it's going to lay right over it. You don't want to leave a gap like that because you just need to have enough space for you to be able to cut and trim your designs. Okay, so I'll just leave a little, tiny little area like that. Copy this little guy again, paste this little guy. He's going to go right here and there. That's what I'm looking for, right? So when you see that all those numbers align, that tells me that they're equally spaced apart. Okay. So, let's try a different design. Let's get this guy. All right, so as you see, this is a lot bigger. This is also, actually, yeah. No, this one is 12 by 14. So let's go right there, 12 by 14. Sweet. We're going to lay that guy right there. Okay, and then let's get another one of him. All right, sweet. So there's my first designs. Now let's go ahead and let's go back into here. Let's get this guy right here. So this is the actual front design of a Player One Get Ready, kind of like a gamer hoodie I made. So this is the front design, right? So let's see if we can add the front design. So all I did is I went into my Kittle, I uploaded the image, I downloaded it, and I imported it into Canva. Now that we uploaded the front design of the hoodie, it still doesn't fit. So we need to turn this little guy like that. Get it at a 90-degree angle. Perfect. All right, let's bring this little guy up. All right, and then look at that. We have enough space over here for neck tags. Excellent. So let's copy this one. Let's paste it again. Perfect. You see how it gives you the trimming lines? That way that when you go to cut, you know everything is even, which I think is awesome. All right, we'll paste another one. Align it. Perfect. Okay. We have space for two more little guys. Okay, one more. All right, but this is too close. There we go. Okay, so now I want to make sure, right? I feel like maybe this might be a little close. Okay, there we go. Just a smidge close. Let's get it a little bit more. There we go. All right, so we're looking right now pretty even, right? So we still have space. Trust me, we can get the neck tags here. So let's go ahead, let's upload a neck tag and let's put it on here. And let's fill this gang sheet. And I know you can't really see it because it's white, right? So it has white lettering. But when we slap that bad boy on a hoodie, it's gonna look great. All right, gonna keep on. Just for time purposes. At this point, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to export this guy. So we're going to hit share. Last, you need to figure out who's going to print this gang sheet for you, right? So I'm not telling you to use these people, but this is who I use for my transfers here in Miami. It's DTF Transfers Now. If you go dtftransfersnow.com, on the bottom, get your gang sheet, right? And it's going to tell you the sizes. So I do the 22 by 72, right? If I add that to my cart, you're going to be really shocked at how much it costs. It's $32. So $32 for 5 full designs and neck tags. I say that's the way to go. Okay. And it's super simple. All you would do right here is upload the file. So you would go choose a file for my computer, right? And it would be my last download. So this would be it right here, right? So done. My design is in. I added it to the cart and then I just check out. So what do you guys think? Pretty easy, right? Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Let's go. We got to get to 1 million followers. Peace. Love you guys. See you next time.